some are new agents, some have been with us for years and years. So use the opportunity from 4 to 6 o'clock to kind of jump in there, work on your database, and we're calling on listings. And we're going to continue to call on listings this entire year because that's where the gold is.
Absolutely. And we want to go over our core values with you again. Every month we want to focus on one of our values. And this month, everyone, we are just so beyond grateful for all of you and the work you've been putting into your business.
A lot of this we are grateful stuff started a long time ago, but more so in the last, I'd say 120 days before we broke for like Christmas and the New Year's, we really started focusing hardcore on our business. And that discipline really drove in a lot of big results for us in January. And we're going to talk about how grateful we are for all of your work and all of that discipline to stay in your business and staying activated. You guys did an amazing job. So me and Valerie are just saying thanks for all your hard work.
And Aaron and I have really been focusing on listings at this company, guys. And when we look at what we did in January in Sisu, our listings superseded our goals. Now that goal was really low because we've always been really highly focused on buyers. And those numbers, we've always been able to fill those rings. If we go on to the next slide, you're going to see that we crushed our numbers for January. Right here, we exceeded our goal for listings. We almost closed the buyer goal, but I really want to focus on the conversations because when it comes to the funnel in real estate, it starts here. Everything here is predicated on this one right here, and we did such a good job for January. We really honed in on our goals, right? We all set our business goals inside of Sisu for our agents who are super active in the platform, in the tech system, and we did such a good job, so we're so proud of you guys.
Yeah, did really good. Something that's not on the screen right now is we put up 40 contracts in the month of January, just amongst the team. 40. Give you guys a round of applause. And when you're checking out the Sisu dashboards in the office, we're usually trending around 50 or 60 units pending. Right now we're at 90 units, and I'm just seeing more come in and more close at the same time. If we get over 100 units, it's going to be a record-breaking year for us, month over month. So you guys just keep in mind what was going on last year was an extremely slow year versus where this year is already leading to. And we blew it out of the water that first month.
And I just want to say, and Aaron has always said this since I've met him, but the market in Las Vegas changes overnight. This is now the 4th market I'm currently entering, and it is amazing how one day over the next you're going, wow, what the heck is going on out there? The buyers are out there. We're coming across multiple offers, waiving appraisals, like it's back. It's starting to feel like 2021 again, but it happened overnight.
We're gonna get into it some more about that, but it turns on a dime, and before you know it, you're like, am I with the market right now knowing that was happening, or am I playing from behind? And this group's always proactive and always ahead of the turn. So right now, we're positioned perfectly for the new market we're entering in right now.
And we can go ahead and go to the next slide, but just so you guys know, in Sisu, there's over 3,000 teams and over 44,000 agents. And I just want you to take a quick glance on where we're ranking out of all those teams. I mean, we are number 7 with listings under contract, number 11 with closed units, number 7 for buyer closed units, number 89 for conversations. But when I look at these, I'm going, damn, we're shining bright out there, guys.
That's all outside of Vegas, 44,000 agents. 3,000 teams. I want to say it again, like you guys are in the right place doing the right things. Look at those numbers. We're killing it and we're hitting PRs. So I really couldn't just be more excited about what you guys have already accomplished. I'm not even going to continue to talk about the future. You already did it and we're ranking so high. So it's only going to go upwards. But
yes. And then as a reminder, Sisu Coaching with Justin Nelson, top performance coach out there every Monday and Friday at 11 a.m. And we wanted to give a special prize and kudos for our #1 attendee in the month of January, and that goes to Scott
Elton.
So we have a little Amazon card for you thank you for your attendance. And I just want to say, and I'm going to attribute this a lot to Justin Nelson, the language Scott has been using sounds so sophisticated and is really taking him to the next level. Because We're a small competition just here within our group, but how many agents are out there? It's 15, 16,000. It's gonna get tougher and tougher in a market like this. So you guys have to be superior and elite, and I love the language you've been using.
Thank you,
recently.
You've done really good, but I want to put you on the spot. Just give us a couple examples of what you learned from the coaching classes. And as small as yesterday, like you took that class, I asked you what your takeaways were, and you gave me some really good ones.
Yeah, so, every time I sit down and I listen to a CSU coaching, well, first of all, I like Justin the most. So he's not always on there, but when he talks about some of the systems that we should be using and some of the ways that we should be running our business, it's really eye-opening because some of these things he is actually pointing out, and he's like, I know you guys aren't doing this, and this is how the game is played. That's working through your CRM. It was like, what was the last Life Realty sales meeting? I was surprised at how many people didn't even raise their hand to say they had a CRM. So assigning those tasks in your CRM, sticking to your daily calendar, that's a big one. So I've been constantly changing my calendar, moving around things, finding times that work better for other activities to be a higher performer throughout my day, making sure your door is open. If you're not prospecting, your business is not open. You're not making money. That was one of the biggest takeaways I took from one pretty recently. But yesterday, he was just talking about how to talk to your prospects and your clients that you're working with and making sure that you're on top of reading their language, understanding where they're coming from as not only your client, but someone you're genuinely trying to help, and talk to them with powerful language to get them to go where they need to be. People are scared. The market's always changing. They don't know what to do. They need a little bit of guidance. And if we sound like we're scared or worried, are they going to make any moves with us? Probably not. So, when you get on the phones with people, just be genuine with them. Let them know what's going on.
Ooh,
Nice
well
work.
said.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Scott.
Good work.
All right, so we've been going down the funnel for our CSU monthly challenges. So this month, we are going to be highly focused on appointment set. We did conversations last month. So we can go ahead and kick it to the next slide, because I think you guys are going to love this prize. So this spin top sign, which is a value of $300, is going to go to our winner. I've used this on my listings, and I got to tell you, every seller gets a kick out of this. It's just so cheeky and fun. And it lights up at night. It's solar paneled, so you just pop it up on your sign. So that's going to go to our February winner for appointment set.
That's awesome. I got to get a bunch of those. Oh my God.
It is so fun. And I designed everything in Canva. I have a QR code, which takes them to a personalized website. You can also use your KV Core website for it. But it's just one little added element that makes it fun for the sellers when they see something like this in front of their property. All right, so January, we had conversations, and it was neck and neck. That Aaron Alessi in his big heart says it is so close, I have to give it to both of them. They were separated by only 6 conversations. So we want to congratulate Ed Corrales and Reina Gonzalez. If you guys want to come up and get your GVR gift card for your spa package.
Good job.
We're going to do a couples massage.
I love it. Congratulations.
It was really funny. They were neck to neck, fighting in the office. Who's going to do what? Who's going to do this? Ed was going to go, I'm going to crush these conversations. Rena's like, whatever, I win all these. So I'm taking it. The biggest takeaway for me when I saw the conversations going up throughout the month is we had a goal of 200 to 300 per agent, but these guys had over 400 conversations in the month of January. That's huge. And if it was just for the spa package, you get one every day if you continue those conversations. But really, great job. So I made an exception. I got to give it to both of these guys because you did such a wonderful job.
Yes,
Big time.
congratulations.
Big time.
All right. And we want to do one quick agent spotlight for one of our agents who decided to make some moves in January and take her business to the next level. So much so, she decided to get an office here with us. She's continuously showing up to trainings, and she said, you know what, I know what I'm capable of, and I'm here to make a difference, all while managing her license in New York City. So,
Yeah. Good.
Corley, we love you, and we're so happy that you're part of our team.
Thank you, Corley.
Yes. All right. We're gonna go, we have two special guests with us. First is Griffin Constructions, and Mary Werner over there has actually worked with them and referred them to us. So I wanted you guys to keep in mind when you come across some really amazing people out there and partners, bring them to us so we can share with the team. So come on up. We have Christian and Camilla, and all of their information is on Element, and they're going to talk a little bit about their services.
Center stage.
Good
So,
morning.
and let me, before they jump into their pitch and everything, guys, there's a lot of handymen and GCs and people that you need for your business, right? And you never know who's going to show up. You need somebody reliable. You need somebody to price something out. If it's going to be an entire remodel versus just coming out and fixing a faucet, these guys do everything. And we like really just sat them down and made sure the experience with Mary was extremely great. We wanted to make sure you could do everything from start to finish for us. And we brought you on as a new partner. And like Val said, they're in Element. We want to start using them for the littlest things to the biggest things, guys. So I'll let you take it away from there.
Well, first of all, we want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for welcoming us with open arms. We are here. We want to introduce ourselves. We were started in Miami, Florida. We just made the move about 6 months ago here in Las Vegas. We love it. We are bringing our experience from Miami over here. And like he said, we are here from the smallest thing to a faucet all the way to a full remodel, a full rehab, anything you guys may need. We also do free estimates. We'd like to go out, meet the client, or if we work directly with you guys, that is also whatever makes you guys comfortable, whatever makes the client comfortable. At the end of the day, we always target to aim at customer satisfaction at all times. Christian here has many years of experience, over 20 years, and I'll hand it over to him.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us. Like she said, we have over 20 years experience. Hello? Okay.
You're on.
We have over 20 years experience, and we do from the smallest, a leaky toilet, to an entire remodel. We aim to please the customer. Satisfaction is our biggest thing, and you will see our presentation and we'll answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
And real quick, what I liked about these guys, it's a 1-2 punch. She's more of like the design and saying, hey, these colors match this, and maybe this is the type of tile or counters we need. And he's coming in with a good construction crew and making sure they're doing their job.
Absolutely.
Just to touch on that real quick, it always does come in handy. A lot of clients don't know where to go or what is in style or what they necessarily want, but they know that they see a magazine and they want their home to look like that. So we aim for that. Like I said, we start from the smallest thing to the biggest thing. And I think that helps, and it also makes the client feel at ease at times, knowing that you're confident actually with what you want to tell them, what they want, what they perceive as obviously as the design that they want.
Really quick, and Christian, can you talk about y'all's free estimate? And what type of scope of work does that include?
We provide free in-person estimate. The reason we like to do that, we like to get a feel for the project. Customer not necessarily knows exactly the problem, so they're just throwing things at you. This is wrong, this is wrong. And you're like, not absolutely, we can fix this and that will take care of that. So we do free in-person estimates. That way we can answer their questions and give them our feedback as well.
As well, if you guys do get an inspection report, you guys have any questions, maybe your client does want to see what that would cost, whatever comes back on that inspection report, you can give us an email, a phone call, send it on over to us, we will take a look at it, and we can give you an estimate based on the inspection report. If you did want a detailed estimate, meaning down to how much, it would be down to the cent, then we would ask you if it's okay to come out based on that inspection report so that we can get you an exact estimate.
Awesome. Yep.
You guys will be paid out of escrow?
We will consider that. It depends on, obviously, we have our relationship with Mary. We haven't touched that far yet. Obviously, with Mary, we've crossed that barrier, but we are open. We are open.
Yes.
Yeah, usually in a scenario like that, we'd already be in escrow and probably closing within a couple weeks. So if an invoice can be held for a week or two and then you get paid, great. And then if for some reason the escrow canceled, well, invoice is due and payable at that time. So that's something to think about, and we can just cross that bridge on a case by case.
Okay, perfect. We cross that bridge when we get there.
Awesome. Any other questions? So just as a reminder, their information is up here and it's also in Element. We'll send out the presentation deck to all of you as well. But the fact that they're willing to give those rough estimates based on a home inspection report is such a good thing for us agents to have in our back pocket, because it can really save a deal, because that's usually the part of the escrow that is most shaky, right? Like, how much is this actually going to cost? Especially if the seller is saying, I'm only going to give you a small credit, I'm not going to touch it. That buyer needs to understand what they're really walking into. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yes. Thank you. All right. Now, guys, because you all are killing it with the number of escrows coming into our office, we all know and love Suzanne Chipman, who's our current transaction coordinator. But as we start getting more business, we need more transaction coordinators. So we're going to bring up two ladies who I've actually worked with in the past. And I just want to preface their presentation with this. I was a listing agent. The buyer's agent hired these ladies, and the entire transaction, I felt like they were working for me. And that was such a beautiful feeling. Their professionalism and experience made this one of the most smooth transactions I've ever experienced. So that's when I went to Aaron. I said, when we get our business here, we need to bring these ladies in. And we're doing just that. So please welcome Rochelle and Sonia up to the front.
You guys don't mind? We'll share a microphone.
Oh, we can share a microphone. And I'm Cuban. I care.
I love it. I love it.
First, I would like to thank Aaron and Valerie for the opportunity to meet all of you. I have to tell you that I've been to a lot of office meetings. This is amazing.
Thank
the
you.
energy, the way that it's run. So thank you so much for allowing us to be part of it. As Valerie said, our company, just a little bit of a background. This is the boring part. I've been in the business for over almost 25 years. The vast majority of that time, I was an individual agent, a top producer. Then I was given the opportunity to run one of the largest teams in town. And then it got to the point that I asked myself, okay, what about if we were able to give our services that we're giving to this team to everyone? Open it up to those agents that are either starting out and they need some guidance, or agents that are all the way at the top and they are just killing it and they need more time to continue hitting it. We offer a variety of services. We start in the basic, uploading your transactions to your system, but then we go all the way up into what we call transaction management. I think we have all been trained on the concept of managing your time. You need to block, you need to time block, you need to make this many calls, you need to do all of that, which is an incredible tool to have. However, be that as it may, you only have 24 hours in a day. You can manage those hours as well as you can, but you can never make it in 48 hours. And that's kind of where our concept comes in, which is to take you from doing time management to doing time leverage. So making it quick, we're giving all the information to Aaron, all the information on the offers that we have, on the different packages. We're available to meet with you one-on-one, answer any questions. There's no commitment. We also don't have a contract. We go on our record of giving service, and that's how we keep our clients. And we get paid when we close. If you don't close, well, buy me a cup of coffee. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. We've all been there. We've all been there. So with that being said, I just want to leave you with a question for you to ponder, and then you'll have our number. If we were to give you what I call the gift of time, it is said that we take anywhere from 10 to 15 hours after we get a contract into escrow in order to take it all the way to the closing. So if I were to give you a gift of those 15 hours, what could you do with that? Could you turn it into more transactions? Could you make more of the phone calls that you guys are doing? Could you attend more training? Could you make it to your kids' play that otherwise? So can it increase your production? Can it increase your income? And can it improve the quality of your life? So that's kind of what we bring. I said a lot of choices, and we're here to support you in any way that we can. We would love to sit with you guys and hear your questions and answer them if we can.
And can I just add one thing? The way these ladies work, they have a team, they have another lady on their team as well. They have morning huddles where they all know exactly what's going on in every single file. So what's in Sonia's brain is also in Rochelle's brain. So if she's not answering my call, I can call Rochelle and she knows everything about the file. And I think that is just so elite for a group of ladies like this to be handling transactions, especially when you're doing them, you know, on a bigger level like you are. It's important to have them as a group understanding everything about every file.
We've been where you are, and we've worked with other people that were doing quote unquote what we're doing. So we know how frustrating it can be. If you call me and I'm busy, you know, I'm good, but I'm not that good. I also have only 24 hours. So I'm busy. Now I need something done right now. Well, we have action plans, is what we call them, that we attach to every file. And every morning, like crazy people, we're on Zoom going, this one and this one and this one and this one and this one, where are we at? And we look at the action plan. What needs to be done today? What can be done tomorrow? So we're pretty good at managing our time. And we have a group, we have one lady, we now have another gentleman that just joined us.
Good.
That have the same mindset. And by the way, these are all people that I worked with when I was in production, which I also like to add, I'm no longer in production. Because as
All right, yeah!
The goal.
As I said to Aaron, it's kind of silly for me to sit across the table from someone and say, may I have your database? Yeah, I'm in production, but I promise I won't steal it. Not so good. So if anybody has any questions?
What are your hours?
Ah, very good question. Aaron asked me the same thing. He said Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and I laughed. And my answer was, I only wish.
That's when I wanted to bring him on board.
Again, I've been where you're at. We ask our clients, please, if you have something that happens on a Sunday afternoon and it's not an emergency, don't call us. But if you're in a car with a client and there is an addendum that needs to be written and presented now, yeah, we'll take the call. We're always, not one of us, we're always both with calls. I won't let her get away, I'm sorry.
Hey, you signed up for that business, so you knew what you're getting yourself into, so.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there. It's a 24/7 business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you write the different addendums that are necessary?
Depending on the level of service that you want. And that is why we really emphasize on customizing our service to our clients. Not everybody wants the same thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of proposal. So if you're in the package and that's what you want, absolutely. At the beginning, I will write them up, probably run them by you, just until I get a swing of how you like things, the verbiage you like to use. Everybody's a little bit different. And then we send them to you to initial, and off it goes. Until we get to know each other, and others said, I got it, just move.
And that's
Go get your next client, exactly. Yes.
The first thing you want to do is just meet one-on-one.
Yeah.
Say, hey, this is how my escrows usually go, here's what I'm expecting. And you'll have this whole leaflet of services they have. So you may want to add stuff that you haven't done before, or you might just want to keep it lean and mean. Whatever you guys want, they're here for.
And in some of our packages, we even add at the end of the story, because we're not gone just because the escrow closes. We'll stay on the file until you get paid, because we happen to think that's kind of important, right? But we also have a marketing package that we cover the expenses, and it's personalized to you. By the way, it was personal marketing.
Okay.
I remember the name of the company.
Yeah.
I had to go back down the rabbit hole to find it. And so it's a 5-year marketing plan. It's personalized to you, your photo, your contact, your whatever. We all get busy. And it's really nice that your clients will get, I think it's 4 touches a year. It's a quarterly, either a card or something.
So I saw it was a postcard. It was branded to you guys, and 4 of those go out every year to the client as a reminder. You won't think about it, but it's really a nice gesture that I haven't heard a TC company go out of their way and pay for it.
It's our way of saying thank you for putting up with us. So that's kind of the idea behind it.
I like your style.
That's the way we do it.
Did you have a question, Rena?
What are the price ranges for your packages?
They start at 100 and they go all the way up to 595. Depending again on what are your needs. We do have one special person that I trained out of school. He was kind of the basis for all of this. Because I went, let me try this time leverage thing with this guy and see how it works. And he is now doing anywhere from 10 to 12 transactions a month.
Wow, good
But
job.
He basically just, I trained him, so I said, what do you want to say? Well, whatever you want.
And then goes on.
Yeah.
So he was in Spain for a month and closed, I think, 3 or 4 deals. We closed
Yeah,
for a month
he
in
went on a
Spain,
honeymoon,
so-
and the first day I was getting calls.
And that's the biggest piece of this puzzle for us, guys. If you are going on vacation, you want to leave your files in the hands of people you trust, not just behind the scenes, but in front of the curtain, client facing as well. It's that customer service piece that's so important and imperative for us to go on vacation, spend time with our family, etc., knowing our client is being well taken care of.
And knowing that if something were to happen, there would be a text starting with the numbers 911. And then you know you gotta call me because something just happened.
Yeah, they promised me if there's an escalation or an issue or anything like that, they're gonna be right on it, and you guys will have me looped in on any issues with your
Oh
transactions.
boy. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now.
So don't mess up.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I love your style, I love it.
Oh.
Oh. I wasn't planning
And
it.
you
At
have
this
very
stage, I
good
will
eyes.
take it. At this stage, I will totally take it. Thank you.
Are you, I think he's asking you if you're single.
He's trying to get the $100 transaction. He's trying to get the $100 transaction.
Now you know how he's getting his lady clients. Now you know his secret, right?
If you date your TC, your files are free.
No, that if you date your TC, the cost goes up twice.
No, they're not.
Of course. Of course. We're very hourly up. Never mind. You had a question, I'm sorry. We kind of digress in an interesting area.
Do you ever speak to the clients, or do you have any Spanish speaking?
I'm licensed and I'm from Cuba, so yes, I am Spanish speaking. I must admit I don't use it as often as I should. I actually have to watch the novelas. My children laugh. Mom, what are you doing? I've been practicing my mother tongue. I'm forgetting it. So we do, in some cases, it depends on the agent. I am licensed, and Michelle's about to reinstate her license because she let it go. And I'm like, no, you gotta come back. So we can do a lot more than quote unquote a regular TC might be able to do.
And it's individuality. Some
Yeah.
people want us to maybe put the clients on a text, and you'll do the introduction, this is my TC team, and then they go about it that way so that you're so involved in all the texts and what's going on in the deal. Other people, they want to be more involved and don't want us so involved with that. So it's your personal preference, and that's why we need a one-on-one, and you need to just let us know how you want things run, because we work for you. So just let us know what you want and how you run things, and then we will do our action plan for you.
I'm leaving. She's doing a better job.
Let's give them a round, guys.
And you guys get
Thank
paid
you, Valerie.
Oh, yes.
through escrow, that, or is it
Yes,
something
we
we pay
get
you
paid
out?
at closing through escrow.
Okay.
And again, if we don't close, you owe me coffee. And I know he'll buy me coffee.
Yay! I love it. I love it. All right, who's ready for some market updates? First of all,
That's what I'm talking about.
who's been actively out in the field up against multiple offers?
Hold on, we're gonna have one guy talk about it. Just had a listing or a buyer. What was going on? Stand up and tell us about it.
Two buyers, Summerlin, great area, Bishop Gorman's right over there. It was only a house with a pool under 600. Divorce situation, 599. I got there on Friday and there were multiple people, and he went all the way till Saturday at 4. We came in at 622.5.
What was the list price, $599?
$599, waiving appraisal, buying as is, closed this month. And somebody came in and did 635, same thing. So again, the great areas are getting it.
Did you get it?
No, we did second place, but we came up strong. He started 580, 610, 622.5. I talked to him on Saturday night because it had to be on an 8, and I think he had a couple of cocktails, which helped get that price up. He's a good dude. So we didn't get that one, so we're actively looking still. But and then Sunday, Henderson 475. We wrote 485, waiving appraisal as is, closed this month, and a 45-day free lease back, and we got that one. There was when we were there was 5 other people looking at the property. Single story, 3-car garage.
PTSD
Sub
from
5.
2021.
So yeah, I mean it's back. So we got one of them. It helped that it was Manelli. We hired Manelli and worked with her back in the day, and so she knew us, and I think that helped as well. And she didn't want to deal with 20 offers probably. So
Right.
It turned overnight for me in that. I've seen obviously with investor deals and that you have some competition from 3 other investors that are all the time, but these were families at these houses, so we're right back to it.
We're right back to setting expectations for our buyers and our sellers. We have to set the expectations with the sellers, what to expect once we go on the market. How are we handling offer management? How am I presenting it to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? For the buyers who say the market's going to crash, I'm going to come in 30,000 under value, you guys need to be equipped with all this data that we present with you to come across that with your buyers and say, wait, I understand and appreciate you're feeling that because those headlines are saying X, Y, and Z. Here's what's actually happening in Las Vegas. If you do not do this, you're going to lose out on this house. So, right, it's all setting expectations on both sides. So we're going to take a look on a couple of graphs on a national level, then Aaron's going to do a little deep dive on what's happening locally. But we can go ahead and go to the next slide.
Can I mention something real quick on waiving appraisal? You guys know that's appraisal contingency, not the appraisal. The lender still requires an appraisal. I just want to make sure.
Thank you for saying that there's a lot of confusion there.
Exactly.
So when we waive the appraisal, we're saying that no matter what happens, we're staying in the game.
Right.
It's not saying that I'm going to take Jen and Gabe and Matt to go grab coffee and say, can you waive the appraisal for me? The appraisal is still happening, but your buyer's waiving that we're going to back out if it doesn't go in our favor. Okay?
Both my clients were comfortable with that, and I said, listen, we know it's a good home, right? There's 5 other people here.
Yeah.
So it's not like, well, what if the market turns? Well, if the market turns, we're all in trouble.
We're all in trouble if the market
The world's
turns.
in trouble. But if we got to come up 10, 15, 20 grand to get this property, it's not a bad buy because there's 5 other people looking at it right now.
That's the perfect, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you don't buy real estate thinking you're only going to hold the property for 6 months.
Yeah.
Right? The average turnover rates are 7 to 10 years in Las Vegas for how long you're going to own a home. So if you can't come up 20 grand to get one of the nicest houses in Summerlin in a competitive market, you know, you got to think to yourself, what are you really buying for, right? Because you're not going to get a deal. But just buying real estate is the deal. Yes. Long-term wealth. I mean, that's what it boils down to. So you got to say that. And then it's either go big or go home right now. But not all of us have really great clients that can waive appraisals. Like, you got 2 great clients, right? And they got money. That's a good thing, right? So they can waive appraisals, spend 20, 30 over list. Okay. The thing is, if you don't have those type of clients, you got to get creative. And the one thing I really liked about your analogy or what you're doing with your clients is a 45-day lease back, right? That could be a game changer versus paying more for a property, is offering a 45-day lease back. Think about ways to be creative on those offers and find out really fast up front what your competition looks like before you show the property.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue into these national graphs here when it comes to what is going to be the value of my house a few years from now.
Wait, let's give a round for Sean, our broker.
Sean! So the major bigwigs out there, Zillow, Fannie, Freddie, all of them, they're suggesting that estimated home price performance over the next few years, they're expecting appreciation this year of almost 6%, and we're going all the way through 2028 with a 4.15, which is pretty normal pre-COVID years. Actually, it exceeds the word normal pre-COVID years. Okay, so this is major forecast from those major performance-based people out there. And they're saying potential growth in household wealth over the next 5 years based solely on the increased equity if you purchase a $400K home in January 2024 is $72,000. That's right on par with how things used to be. Is that correct?
That's right on par, yes.
All right, so we can go to the next slide here.
But before you go on, that's nationally. Raise the hands. Who thinks those numbers are going to be quantifiably higher in Las Vegas, right? Like a lot more. 4 to 5% appreciation. That house in Summerlin you were just at just got 20% appreciation in a week.
By 2020.
The accuracy of that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's area, it's that shit sells.
I love it.
In Vegas is it's always kind of been on the up and up and just growing and growing, but it's taken a whole nother level right now. And you can see it by that demand and people being able to afford and buy at those prices.
And last year, we felt a small correction here in the city, okay? So when we look at a year-over-year change, because remember, we're in the top 20 cities in the nation, We, year over year, already are at a 2.1% increase. And the way the data is looking, that's just going to keep shooting upwards, okay? 2024 home price forecast from Goldman Sachs, Zillow, Fannie, Freddie. Look at this. Their original forecast from November was pretty low, and look how they've all increased to their current forecast. Pretty stellar.
They don't even get it right.
Nope.
And those are the big wigs. But they seen the change that we've recently seen. We see it on the ground floor. These guys see it at the very top. And then we can tell right now these values are just going to increase.
And when you guys are talking to your clients, use these people to back you up. Don't say the word they think we're going to have increased in our home appreciation. Who's they? And Matt, if you're my seller and we're like, Matt, Goldman Sachs, Zillow, Freddie, and Fannie Mae, they just released their forecast and they're expecting 5.1% increase, right, over the next few years. So use this as part of your vocabulary and language, and it's going to take it to the next level.
More land, even. Like Vegas is in a valley. We're to every mountain.
We really
What's
are.
Going? Unless
Got
you
to
wanna,
carve into the mountain.
right. I mean, you go to Mount Charles, you turn off, and there's houses out there.
I know, it's crazy.
It feels like kind of bad, doesn't it? When I see these being so close built to the mountains, I'm going, that can't be right. But here we are. Here we are. I can throw a rock at the mountains, especially out in the north area. Okay, we're going to take a little deep dive into what's going on locally.
I don't think that it's any big surprises, but we always do a 30-day look back. Our new listing inventory has increased. There's 2,400 units. We were just at about 1,800 units hitting the market. So as that buyer demand came in and those interest rates came down a little bit, we did see our new listing inventory creep up. Our under contracts are at 27, I'm sorry, let me back up. December's was 2,400. Now looking at January's overview, we went to 2,800 listings. So that was a big tick up there. Under contracts at 2,700 went to 2,800. So the demand is right there, neck and neck. A new listing goes on market, It goes right under contract. And then there's always about a 10% fallout in escrows across the valley, and that's how you equal your sold units. So 2,400 units sold, that was trending at about 1,600 to 1,800 in December, in November. So you guys got to see, look at the numbers are just trending awesome right now. But we have an inventory crunch. 3,179 of SFRs on the market. Ed, is that a lot of inventory? No. Not a lot of inventory at all. And then our total inventory is 4,331 units. Now, what's really good about this data is there's just increased production across the board for all of you to go get. The second part that I love is that new listing inventory did start to increase. Because if we weren't getting that new listing inventory, at least to match the buyer demand, this inventory be down in the 1,500, 2,000 marker, and it gets nasty. So this is what we want to watch for. The forecast is, hey, how many new listings are going to come in, and how many of those are going to get eaten up as they come in?
And just so you guys know, that's my error. That's obviously 2024. If there's some confusion.
Okay, I'd rather shave some years off.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
All right, so let's take so the inventory, total inventory did go down just slightly though. Keep an eye on that number and we'll look at the next slide. All right, here's the forecast of basically what we've been seeing. So take this to where we are now. The trend lines are basically neck and neck with the total inventory in Vegas. We just kind of went over that, guys. We don't see any big crashes, any issues. We just got a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers, making their way really early in January. Like, you're shaking your head because you know what, usually this is March, April numbers, right? Where we see these many contracts. It's January. We just hit February, 6th today?
Yeah.
So it's moving quick. And I think I haven't seen that in years, start off of January and February like this. Next slide, Ethan. All right, sold, under contract, and cancellations. Cancellations and back on market are still trending at the usual numbers they are. We had 674 sold and 809 in contract. What's that mean to us, Val?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it is increasing. The amount that are going to sold, under contract to sold status is in line with the amount of listings coming onto the market. So it's keeping us like this, real stable right now. But if one of those was to shift, it's gonna throw the whole thing off, right? But are we gonna get 10,000 new listings this year? From where, right? From where? So this is gonna hold pretty stable, in my opinion, for the rest of the year.
Next
Where it's
slide.
gonna be neck and neck.
Neck and
It
neck.
comes on the market, it goes off the market.
And if that's our forecast for the entire year, that would be great. I mean, if we just,
Yep.
inventory doesn't decrease any more than it is, and every time a listing goes on the market and it goes under contract, we will sell more homes this year than we have in the last 3 years, and it won't feel anything different than what we're dealing with right now. And let's see if that happens. Price reductions. When the market got nasty, these hit 2,000, and we saw a price reduction and price reduction after another. They're trending at 486. The lowest we've seen price reductions was 200. Last month was 499. There's not a lot of price reductions because a lot of properties are going under contract and closing, and a lot of homeowners, these 486 are people just reaching for the moons and the stars and trying to get what they want.
So I'm struggling with 2 listings, higher end listings, that I can't get them to come down in price to be a little bit more realistic.
What's the price point?
Already is $950, it should be $9,
Okay.
right? And they bought a new house, they're moving into that house, I'm hoping when they're out, but I can't talk to them every week and I can't get, well, go back to these buildings. We've seen an uptick in showings, but obviously no offers or anything. And I think he kind of thinks that, honestly, in 3-4 months, he might get that number, right? If we,
He might.
and I can't argue against it either.
He might.
You can't, because if you're telling them what's going on in the market right now, in 3 months from today, that house is going to be worth $950, not $9.
Right.
So he's kind of got you by the waivers, right? Okay.
Make sure I get the sale closes.
Motivation's the biggest kicker here, though. If he can sit and wait, then why not sit and wait, right? I'd rather make 50 grand more in a few months because my mortgage payment's only $2,000, $3,000 on that unit.
Yeah.
So you really can't
long
combat
game.
that until, but I think once it goes vacant, he's going to start to get more aggressive.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes a vacant house with a mortgage payment.
Double mortgage,
I'm
yeah.
gonna try to go at him and get 20 down, right? And say, let's relist, once you're out, let's go 20 down, 930.
You're chasing the market then. Like you
Well,
need
on
to
sale,
drop it or not drop
on to the next one. You know, we've been listed for 8 months.
That's a long time too.
Yeah,
And that I agree with Corley. You're definitely, that could be the situation, but you could have also really overshot it from the initial list price. So now you got like those 2 factors are working against you right now. And I know it wasn't your choice. You would have rather priced it a little bit more aggressively, but you kind of get stuck in this limbo and knowing where the market's going. It's tough to get a price reduction out of them, but at least you got a client that's not like, hey, I want to withdraw and go to another agent because you can't sell my house. You don't got that going on.
No.
So that's good. Yeah. All right, let's jump to the next slide, Ethan. All right, our partner, Mike England, is here from Landmark Meadows.
And Landmark sponsored breakfast this morning, so thank you very much. And I know we miss our beautiful Annie, but where's she, in Mexico?
Yeah, she's in Mexico.
Good for
She
Annie.
gets a break. She
Living
gets
the
a
best
break.
life. Yeah,
Yeah,
she gets a break too, I guess.
yeah. I think it's her first week-long trip in over a year.
Is it
Call her right now.
Yeah.
Everybody call her.
Everyone call her.
Everybody text her, escrow fire.
But thanks for being here with us, Mike. He's going to go over some fun stuff with you guys today.
Yeah, absolutely. So just wanted, in the month of January was a huge month for Landmark, but specifically Landmark Meadows. We had our biggest month since August of 2022 as far as escrow openings.
Yep.
Good job, gang.
Yeah. This group did opened 27 escrows.
Okay, yeah, we're number 1.
Incredible. More and more, some of you, I want to feature Christian. I talked to him, I don't know, like a month ago, and I just asked him, I was looking at all the numbers for the last year for the individuals on the team and who directs escrows and things like that. And he is incredible because he's been able to direct over 70% of his deals to Annie. So what he says, what he does, how he counters, all that kind of stuff. If you want to learn from somebody that's doing an outstanding job, he's the guy to talk to.
Nice work, Christian.
Wanted to just kind of hit on ChatGPT. You guys know I love AI. I love everything technology. You guys have been doing more and more personalized videos with Eric and the Sizzle group. I want to tell you how one of the ways that you guys can kind of leverage the videos you do and maybe help with your video editing is if you do the plugin. If you pay for ChatGPT 4, which is about $20 a month, very much, it's worth it. A few months ago, maybe not worth it as much. Now with the plugins and some of the things you can do with it, absolutely worth it. One of the plugins I highly recommend that you start to maybe learn how to use is a plugin called Opus Clip. So Opus Clip, it's not that expensive, but it will do all the captions and the video editing for you. So if you load directly into ChatGPT a 2-minute video or a 1-minute video, and you could tell it, edit a 15-second Instagram story reel and put captions and take the best and most engaging clip from my video, it will do that for you.
Wow.
So it does that video editing for you at a fraction of the cost of what you would have paid for video editing 6 months ago. So the technology is advancing incredibly fast with this. We've been talking, that's why every time I come into a class with you guys, I usually try to incorporate it. The next time I do one, which will be next month, I am going to touch a little bit on video editing because you guys have been doing more videos. With that being said, if you do have a video and you want to leverage that video and market it, because creating the video is one thing, but getting deals from that video and converting it into sales is another thing. And I have people that I've helped with video, marketing that videos for years that are generating consistently 1 to 2 listings every single month. I have 5 realtors that are doing that to this day.
Mike, can I interrupt really quick? What you said is gold there. Aaron's always walking through the office saying, are you working on money-making activities? Are you working on money-making activities? To just do a video and post it is just a flex, guys. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose is to get the revenue stream coming from it. So keep that in mind. It's not just about the video. It's understanding who your audience is and how to target them and how to retarget them. And you're a mastermind on helping us figure all that out.
Man, you set it up perfectly because that's the next thing I was talking about was retargeting.
Well, there you go.
So if you guys would like to, my number, 253-225-9597, or you can email me at Mike@Landmark. My information's down there, Mike@landmarknv.com. I could do a Zoom with you, or I could come even meet you in the office and we can open up the laptop. All you need is a video. If you have a video, I will help you load your personal contacts, your database, or a farm that you're going after, and we will load it directly into the Facebook, Instagram system. And we will leverage that video where you'll only have to spend $2 to $3 a day as my recommendation. So we're talking 50 to 150 bucks a month. And what will happen is that video will go to, I think it's like 15 different platforms now, and it will follow everybody you load in that audience all over the internet, to the point where I just had a guy, we did it last week, and he already texted me, man, and when I go to my gym, people are stopping me and saying, hey, I saw your video. So that's what will happen. You'll go to the grocery store, you'll go, your family, your friends, everybody will start texting you like, holy smokes, I see your videos everywhere. And that's what we want to happen. So if that's something you're interested in, it's a 30 to 45 minute meeting with me. We go and we get all your contacts, put it all together, format it the right way that we can load directly into the Facebook, Instagram, Meta, database type stuff. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you can reach out to me and we'll schedule a time over the course of the next few weeks, and we'll get that going. Thank you guys. You guys crushed it. Love working with you guys. Love this team. So we're going to do, this year we're going to break every record that we've ever done. I mean, Landmark's only existed in Las Vegas since 2020, but we were in a hot market, and you guys are doing even better than what we were doing in a hot market to start this year. So it's incredible.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Mike.
Mike.
Thank you very much. And I want to add, when it comes to our ancillary partners, guys, when you give them business, it doesn't just stop there. They then are able to come provide breakfast for you. Mindy sponsors our monthly meeting, our monthly mixers every month. We get marketing dollars to give back to the company. They provide their own marketing materials. So it's a two-way street here with our ancillary partners. So, and Mindy, thanks for joining us today. We love you guys so much, Mike. Don't forget about Accomplished Home Inspections. They're always at our service and do an amazing job. And that brings us to Movement Mortgage, who very quickly is going to come give us an update on what's going on in the market and what's going on in their business. And if you don't know Andrew yet, he's the newest addition to this team. So he's going to make the slide next month with his photo and all that good stuff. But he's doing a wonderful job learning, and he's in the office every single day doing the hard work. So here you go, Miss Jen. Here you go.
Try living with her.
It's the stress of living with you.
Yeah. Touche. Touche.
Exactly. Okay, no, we're on a really tight time. Interest rates is that everybody's favorite topic right now. So as they say, there should be 3 cuts this year, hopefully.
Today.
But not today. I was going to say yesterday and today are super ugly. But anyways, the NAR expects rates the first quarter to average about 6.8, which I think is kind of where we are right now. So mid to high 6s, depending on credit and the type of program you're in. They say they'll probably drop maybe second quarter to about 6.6, and then by the end of the year to about 6.1. But we got to keep inflation under control. So Jerome Powell, our Fed chairman, as long as inflation stays towards 2%, which we're not there yet, we're at about 2.3, then they'll start cutting interest rates. So fingers crossed that inflation starts to go down. So.
And every time it ticks down, guys, even just a little bit, you have a new pool of buyers that are going to come back in the market, because these guys told them 6 months ago, you can't afford this by $300 or $400, right? So if it comes down just a little bit, all of a sudden these guys are calling them going, you can afford it now. And now those group of buyers are entering the market, which is why we should all be focused on listings, because we need the houses so they can buy them.
So I've been saying it for a while, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So we're here for the long run, right? So when the Feds talk about rate cuts, right? It's just a matter, not now, or excuse me, when it's going to happen, when's it going to occur. So last summer, I kind of projected where the Fed's outlook would be on 2024, and my prediction was towards the end of the second quarter, more likely towards the beginning of the third quarter, that we'll start to see these rate cuts. So I know people they have this mindset right now that, I'm waiting for the rates to come back down. Well, if you can continue waiting, and then you're actually going to put yourself in a much tougher position by continuing to wait. And I always love to say this: if the door is open, walk through that door, because that door may not be open in a couple months from now. So that's what we've got to teach and educate our buyers why they should buy now instead of waiting for rates to come back down, and then they'll be in a much tougher position than they will be today. So just take advantage of this market, educate the necessary buyers, and just let them know, remind them that don't be on the cusp of waiting, because the longer they wait, then they're just going to continue to wait.
Yeah, 2 things to consider. Rates aren't going to drop as tremendously as everybody was thinking, because if they did, it'd just be a nightmare. There'd be way too many, there wouldn't be enough homes, and values would increase way too much. So the best idea right now is to float your rate. Watch the rates go up and down a little bit, but get out there and be active with your client. So when you get under contract and you see rates come down a little bit, lock it and close and move on. That's like the best option now, because I don't foresee anything being in the 5s anytime soon. And if it did, it would just be too nasty for us right now. So we're going to probably parlay the 5s maybe until next year, or maybe even kick that can down the road a little longer, right?
And this is a very bullish market. If you guys are unfamiliar with what bullish is, it's like any little small negativity that hits the market with the news, it's like the market will take 2 steps forward, and all of a sudden one little thing, now we take 3 steps backwards. So this is why, the stock market in general, it's a roller coaster ride. It's very bullish, it goes up, it goes down, right? So there's no guarantees in the future. What is guaranteed that property value is appreciating, right? Value is going to continue to increase. Therefore, your buyers are going to miss out on the opportunity to take advantage of that equity that they can build right now, instead of having the scarcity mindset that, oh, what if the market crashes, or what if rates, or just anything that's negative in general, right? So it's just up to us as professionals, lending and real estate professionals, to instill this confidence and educate our buyers, why they should buy now.
All right, Movement
Well said.
Mortgage. Thank you very much. Really, yeah, you can. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt, you got something on the docket for today?
Some success stories. I've recently
go for it.
Contract with Ed and with Christian. I just want to say thanks, you guys. Make my job really easy. They're very professional, and we have great communication. And so I think we're going to be ready to close like weeks in advance.
Yay!
But largely it's because of how great a job these guys do. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
Awesome.
Jen, this is Sunday, my client, I was blowing Jen up at 8 o'clock at night, and I set up a call for 7 a.m. on Monday, and that's a lot of the reason why we're in contract.
So,
For you guys.
moral of this story, send all your business over to Movement and our great loan officers.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you all very much. Thank you. All right, a quick peek on what's going on for the month of February. Tomorrow we have our call blitz at 4 o'clock. Who's coming? Who's growing your business tomorrow?
Call blitz tomorrow.
Thank you,
Anybody?
thank you.
Anybody? We'll fill you in.
Awesome. We also have foundational training every Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the conference room, or you can join us via Zoom. All right, we can go ahead and go to the next slide, Mr. Ethan. Next slide.
How are we on time right now?
We are donezo. All right,
Okay.
so let's go to our January awards. We're so excited. We saw some new faces hit the awards slide. Ethan, you can go ahead and go to that. All right, Conversations. Edwin, 427. Raina was right behind him at 421. I mean, they literally doubled their goals in the month. And Ed is here with his team every single day making those calls. That also landed him with the most appointments met at 19. Congratulations. We have closed units. We have Greg, Kate, and Sherry at 3. And look at our beautiful Kate as our top selling and the listing agent. Yay, Kate! Woo! And our Rookie of the Month, I'm going to call up his team lead, which is Ed Corrales, to come say why AJ won Rookie of the Month. Come on up, Ed.
Buddy. It was super.
Get up here. Hello?
Oh, AJ.
Yep.
So hi, I'm acetaminophen, just so you guys know. So I'm only as successful as anybody is only as successful as those who you had working with. Because of Aaron and Greg. Greg has been teaching me since day one. I like to think that I'm a good agent, but AJ has really stepped to the plate. So he was in real estate for 3 months, was about to give up, and I met AJ through my son Andrew, found out that he was an agent, and said, let's work together, see what we can do. He's been my listing manager for the past 30 some odd days. He knows listing agreements now more than he knows a buyer agreement, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The listing presentation, he's got it down. Sisu, I mean, I look at him every day and I'm like, dude, thank God you're here, because I don't know where I'd be without you. So he was recently, the other day, on the Aaron Alessi lead. He was out showing properties. Some lady comes up to him and says, hey, are you a real estate agent? He's like, yeah. She's like, I want to sell my condo. So he's got an appointment on Wednesday.
Woo!
To go list the He's also done a bunch of showings, and the one property that I actually have under contract, it was because of him. So I want to say thank you to AJ, and I appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you very much. And in just a minute, everyone on this board, you're going to come up with your certificates, and we're going to take a nice group photo. But first, we want to do some cultural shout-outs. I'll kick it off, and I do want to shout out Mr. Terrence Stewart in the back. He just landed his Zillow Flex contract, $850,000. And I just want to say that what I really love and appreciate, and what we really see in Terrence, is he'll ask a question, we'll answer it, he'll process it, and there's zero fear from that moment and him taking action. So we are so proud of you, and keep up the good work, Terrence.
Listen. I got a couple. One is Kate Kresh just killing it. Wow.
I know.
Just
Yes,
year over year. Can you give us an idea what you've been doing behind the scenes?
Oh, no.
Something.
I don't know. I'm not really doing anything. Like, I'm not calling my CRM. I go out into the, I know, I'm sorry.
Can we be you when we grow up?
No, wait. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. So I joined my kids' PTOs, right? So I have that going for me. I'm on the HOA in my community. I'm like sacrificing to be a lot of places that I don't really want to be in order to get out there and like really meet people, because for me at least, what's worked for me has been getting in people's faces. I care a lot about people, so just being able to talk to people and like, they feel that connection because it's genuine. Cold calling didn't really work for me. So this is just what I do. Like I said, just get out in the community. I talk to everybody. My husband is just like, you're so obnoxious. Like, I talk to everybody.
What Kate is saying is she's having those quality conversations every single day. And that's what's granting her these escrows.
Yes. Yes,
And since we first got our license a long time ago, we just called it Shaking Trees. We didn't have CRMs and technology and this and that and the other thing like we have right now. We didn't have any of it back then, but we built our businesses on shaking hands and just talking to people. And that's what Kate does, right? She doesn't use any of our tech.
We tried.
She doesn't do open
Instagram videos for a little while.
But here's the thing, you don't need to. And some people come in and get overwhelmed by our technology and they're not, I can't be a part of it. Your business is yours. We just give you everything you need. Pick your 4 corners of the chair, right? You want to do social media and the PTOs with your kids? Great. You want to be a prospecting maniac? Great. You're going to do open houses every single day? Great. Doesn't matter to us, but except for we're here to support you and look at all the success that comes from it. So we're just really thankful to have you come up and say how you earned your business.
Thank you.
Conversations. Good job, Ms. Kate. We're very proud of you. All right. Does anyone else have any cultural shout outs for the team? Woo.
Who does? Christian? Catch. It's going to go right to your face.
He's not here, he's actually in the other room, but shout out to Jeremy. So my parents' house just recently got renovated, and he actually went to the Centennial side of Vegas to help them out with that renovation. Some things just mounting TV and whatnot, but it definitely means a lot to me, man. Thank you so much. Does
someone else have their hand up? Oh, Miss Raina.
This time. I can't throw it that way. I'm not. My shirt's a little tight today. Take it easy.
My shout out's gonna go to Ed. I learned a lot from him working so closely with him in January. And then towards the end of the conversations, I actually stopped by his office just to talk a little shit. But I was overhearing him on his own listing appointment, via phone call, and it was amazing. I learned so much. I was geared up, ready to walk out. I put all my stuff down and I was just eavesdropping on the outside, and I learned so much from him.
And that's why it's so important to come into the office, because you're going to hear certain vocabulary that's going to stick. You're going to get inspired. And I was saying this to the group the other day, and I used Ed as the example. Ed doesn't come to work to have to make calls and get it out of the way. He comes to work saying, I have to support my family, I need to be successful, so there's so much intention and purpose behind every single phone call. It's not a chore, and I think that's a really big driving force on why his business is flourishing right now.
Or you can come in and just give me some candy. Just come in, say hi to me, how's your day going? Give me a gift.
Take him to coffee.
Haircuts on point today.
Yeah, Mary, just anything, Mary. All right, I love all of you. Yes. Let's give a round for you guys, all right? Thank you so much.
Oh, and Jen Whitman is teaching a mortgage class in our conference area, so please join her. Come with your questions. It's a really good class to just understand everything about mortgage. So thank you for hosting that class today at 11:30. And enjoy some food.
Yep.
Oh, Kate, Ernest, and Mary, great job. Inner Circle, January. It's 11:11. Make a wish.
11:11. We could do that later, right?
Yay! Second time in. You got for 2024. I got it for 2020. Oh yeah, so I'm in now?
All right,